Hi guys, this is Curix. I'm going to be reviewing my BJD monthly doll Euclase, which I have right here. I'm going to try to go over and do kind of a general review for you guys. So a little bit of background. This doll is from a company called BJD, and they have a number of different lines that they offer, but in this particular line, from 2008, maybe 2007, all the way through to the end of 2011, they ran just about monthly releases of special edition dolls that were available for just that month. Typically, they first started out where they were human, but then they got into where they started having fantasy bits, as they're called, where, like this guy's got claw hands and claw feet. Those are called, fantasy bits. So you could get these dolls for a month, the month that they were released. Typically you could choose to add on blushing and face up from the company, clothes, certain wigs, certain eyes, or you could get them blank. And they also are some of the more expensive dolls that you can get in the hobby in general. So I got this guy on the secondhand marketplace because I didn't know about BJD at the time when he originally came out. So I'm very lucky to have him in such a quite mint condition. I do have a blank pair of legs on him at the moment. They're not the company blushing, and I have these on him so that I can show you guys how his joints bend and such. I wouldn't want to bend the joints of my default blushed ones because I don't want the blushing on them to chip, because he's a very meant to look at, be pretty kind of doll. He's not one that gets played with in my house. So a couple of facts about him: he's considered SD sized, in the 65 centimeter range, though if we were to put on his human legs, he's obviously going to be a good bit shorter than how he is with his hawk legs. He came with two heads. I have the other head in the box at the moment, so I can't show you, but one was this close-eyed head that is supposed to have these really long ear pieces on. I don't particularly care for them, so I never put them on him. They just stay in the box. And I have his open-eyed head as well, but he's sporting his sleeping one at the moment. So he also did come with a human set of hands that don't have these awesome looking claw bits on there. He came, you could only choose gray resin for him when purchasing him from BJD. Try to do this back here so you guys can see. He has a rather large footprint, which makes him pretty easy to plop him and have him stand like I just did. I haven't actually crouched him because I just got these legs in the other day. All of my other BJD dolls can crouch where their thigh does not touch their calf, but I know a lot of BJD dolls have that issue. Now whether it's just a issue of where BJD sanded a certain joint too much for that particular person, or it could be stringing, or it could be posing skill, it could be a number of different things. And I know particularly for this guy that I have, in this set of legs, the hole wasn't drilled well enough, and so the elastic gets kind of stuck, I suppose. So I have to fix that. He might not be able to crouch, but we'll try to get him to do that for you. Get his claws out of the way so they don't put any black marks on him anywhere. His legs work different than my other dolls, so yeah, see, in this he has to sit on his haunches, but with the type of legs that he has, it doesn't really bother me so much, but for the other fantasy dolls it bothers me for some reason. But luckily all of my other ones don't have to do this, but I think if his stringing got corrected, I think he could pose about like so. Because he actually is really loose. Because I haven't played with him, I never really restrung him differently from the company like I have with my other dolls. I spend a lot of time getting the tension in my dolls the way that I personally like it, and you know, end up liking the way that they pose. So, yeah, I love these hawk feet. They're great. They have a nice big footprint. They look really nice from all angles. And with the SOOM dolls, as you'll notice with the different reviews that I end up doing, they did come out with different style jointing for fantasy parts. So this one is called Digigrade because it has the knee and then the backwards kind of calf joint and then the ankle joint. Not all of the SOOM monthly dolls have that, but a lot of the early ones do, and I particularly like that kind of jointing. And then for this particular guy, from the thigh piece up, it's just a regular Super Gem body. Later on, SOOM did start coming out with Mega Gems, which are bigger than the Super Gems, and they had, you know, girls and boys that came out, that kind of thing. But yeah, in the community, there's also a big following of people that will buy just the leg parts and mod them onto other dolls. I'm going to be doing that with another set of legs, and that should be fun. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it's quite a challenge, but hopefully mine will turn out well. What else can I say about this guy? Pretty much fits a lot of the normal SD sized things. I've got some SD 17/70 centimeter clothes on the way for other dolls that I have that have the same Super Gem body. Obviously pants are an issue with the fantasy legs. They, you know, tend to end up needing to be something above the knee or right below the knee. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's about all that I can say about this guy, other than I know that there will probably be tons of questions of people saying, oh, where can I get one? Unless SOOM runs them again, or they have some sort of special event, which I highly doubt they will, you would have to find one out there in the secondhand market somewhere. Now, whether that's on a doll forum, or eBay, or Craigslist, or whatever, just be really careful. I know that the SOOM dolls in particular have a nasty habit of having people recast copies, which, I don't know, you know, everyone's got their own opinion on it, but I don't know that I'd want to pay the same amount of money for something that's a recast, because you don't know the quality of the resin, da-da-da-da-da. That kind of thing. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm going to take some pictures of this guy so you guys can get a better look than what was on the camera, but it's, you know, good to see movement, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that was my review of my SOOM monthly doll Euclase.